Hello, cruise family. It's finally time for a Carnival Horizon review. I do want to say right in the beginning of this video, please remember that these are just my opinions, my thoughts. That's exactly what a review is. Take them with a grain of salt. Do not think just because I had a specific outcome on one of my cruises that that's going to be how your outcome is. Everybody's cruising experience is different. So here we go. Just a few quick facts about Carnival Horizon. This ship is huge, guys. It's 1,055 feet in length. So while it's not as big as Carnival Mardi Gras or Carnival Celebration, this ship is still really, really large. The ship also holds 3,960 guests. So when this ship is full, which it has been for a very long time, you are sailing with almost 4,000 other people. And then as far as crew goes, the ship holds 1,450 crew members. So as you can see, the ship is definitely massive. It holds a lot of people, but it is a really, really fun time. So I'm going to start this review by talking about getting into Miami. So I flew into Miami and we took the airport shuttle to the Hampton Inn and Suites Blue Lagoon. The shuttle to get from the airport to the hotel is free. So that was really, really great. The hotel itself that we stayed at was very, very nice. The pool area was wonderful. I could see this being really, really great in the summertime. They did have free breakfast, which was also very enjoyable. There was coffee 24 hours a day. There's a small fitness center, and the beds, guys, they were super, super comfortable. Unfortunately, I did not get a video of our room, but it is a really nice hotel. And the great thing about this hotel is it is around so much stuff within walking distance. Right across the street, there is a Publix, there is a Burlington Coat Factory. You also have a Wendy's and a Burger King, as well as Walgreens and a CVS. There is a liquor store. There is so much stuff within walking distance. I did get a ride to the port. It did not take very long. There was a little bit of traffic that day, so we did sit in that for a little bit, but it wasn't anything terrible. And then we parked in our designated parking spot and walked to the port. I did find the port very easy to understand. It literally is just a straight walk to whichever cruise ship you're going on. I think Virgin Voyages was there with us, Royal Caribbean. It was very, very cool for me to see other ships at a cruise port. I think I only saw that one time when I sailed out of Orlando, but normally when I cruise out of Baltimore and New York, there are no other ships there, so that was really cool for me. So once inside, we really had no issues going through the lines. It was not super crowded. We did not get there first thing in the morning, though. We definitely waited. I know it was after 12 o'clock. I can't remember the exact time. But we did all have to line up, and they had the dog come out and sniff everybody's luggage. And unfortunately for me, my luggage was the one that the dog stopped on. So if you know me, you probably know I don't smoke, I hardly drink, so it was really a shock for me. And honestly, I was pretty irritated about it because I had my daughter with me and I just kind of was like, are you guys being serious right now? So they took my bags, they put them through a scanner, they figured out exactly which one they wanted to go through, which was actually my purse, not even my luggage. And they went through my purse to only find my wallet, my money, my documents, and I believe I had a closed bottle of ibuprofen that they actually opened up the seal and looked at that. And when I asked them, like, what would have triggered this, because it's absolutely ridiculous, they said that the dogs will literally sniff out anything, whether it's food, any type of medication, even ibuprofen, Tylenol, anything like that. And then that's what sends the hit for them to check your bags. I don't know how much I believe this, because literally who does not travel, especially going on a cruise, with Tylenol or ibuprofen, and the dogs are surely not stopping everybody. But anyway, that was my experience with that. It was a little frustrating, but I got through it, and then we got on the ship fairly quickly. My first views of the ship was that it is a very beautiful ship. I loved the atrium area, the little funnel that's in the middle of the atrium. There's a bar around it. That was a very, very nice area. I loved the colors of the ship. The color scheme is really nice. It looked like a really, really beautiful ship from first glance. After we got on board, we went directly to our muster station, and then it was already 1:30, so we were able to go find our cabin. As far as our cabin goes, we stayed on a deck 2 interior family harbor room. It did sleep 3. There was a bunk that came down from the wall and then 2 twin beds. I'm going to share a lot more about Family Harbor in general and my thoughts on it in another video. I also slacked, guys, on getting any videos of our Carnival Horizon room. But what I will say is that I was very, very disappointed. I've been on many cruise ships. I've stayed from interior to balcony. This was the smallest interior room I have ever been in, which kind of blew my mind because it's supposed to be a room for families. I would not stay in a Family Harbor room again. Now, keep in mind, this is just my review, and it's also my review for just one ship. There is Family Harbor rooms on other ships that a lot of people love. However, for Carnival Horizon and the room type that I got, it was not it. I have had bigger interior rooms even on Carnival Legend, which is one of the smallest ships. So let's get back into visually what the ship looked like. There was a lot of really nice seating areas on this ship, and I really do enjoy that when I cruise. That is something that I talked about a lot in my Carnival Venezia review. I love that there are so many areas that look totally different where you can just sit down and hang out and enjoy people that you're cruising with or make new friends. Seating is definitely an important part for me. Not to be negative, but I really did feel like through the course of my cruise on Carnival Horizon, this ship is so large, but the areas on the ship are so small. And it really made no sense to me. I felt like there was a lot of space that was not being used for anything, which was kind of weird when you would go into areas like the theater and they are so small. They could have really made the public areas that people gather much bigger than they are. I'm not really sure what that's about. I know the theater on Carnival Legend is even way larger than the one on the Horizon, and it was a little bit of a disappointment. I'll explain more later about that. But yeah, like the ship is very, very big, but the areas where people gather for events was very small. One of the gathering areas that I really did enjoy on this ship, which is kind of funny because I don't normally go to a library, but it was the library. The library is beautiful on this ship. They did have a lot of books that you could borrow. I know a lot of people when they cruise, they bring their own books, and then if they don't want to travel home with them, they leave them in the library. So that was really cool. There was a bunch of games in there that families could play together. Now, the library did double as the art auction area. So that is a little bit of a downfall because they had that space occupied with art pieces quite often. But when it was open as just the library, it was a nice place to go to sit down and relax and get away from all of the noise if you needed a little bit of a break. As far as the casino goes, this was definitely one of the smallest casinos I have seen on a cruise ship. It's really just one area. They do have a small section sectioned off for smokers. However, it really doesn't block anything from that going over to the non-smokers. I personally don't mind either way, but I know a lot of people really do love it when there's 2 separate rooms or 2 separate sides even, because that does help a little bit. There was a lot of nice games. It was pretty full all the time. I just really did not like the layout of this casino. It was not my favorite. However, I didn't really spend too much time in there at all anyway, so, you know, it is what it is. So let's get to the Lido deck. This was one of my favorite spots on Carnival Horizon. I really enjoyed the Lido deck on this ship. I did really like the huge screen projector that they play movies on. We actually sat out there twice to watch movies. We watched Barbie and then we watched the new Willy Wonka movie. I really do enjoy watching movies when you're outside in the middle of the ocean. It's a really cool experience. The pool was really nice. Sure, some days it did get packed, but that's to be expected. There was also a lot of loungers. They were full pretty much all of the time. However, I will say crew was on top of removing people's stuff after a period of time, because we all know some people will put their stuff down early in the morning and then decide not to come back till 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's really, really not fair to other people who just want a spot to sit down to enjoy the activities that are going on the Lido deck. One afternoon when I was out there, they did have ice carving going on. That was pretty fun, and I've actually never seen it done before. And they were kind of going around asking everybody what they thought it was. I'll insert a clip here for you guys, but I really, really did enjoy that, just sitting by the pool one day getting to watch that. Another thing I really like about Carnival Horizon Lido deck is you have two bars out there. You have the Red Frog Pub and then you have the Blue Iguana Cantina bar. They are on the back of the Lido deck where the pool area is. And then to the front of that, you have Guy's Burgers and Blue Iguana Cantina for your tacos and burritos and whatnot. So you did not have to go far to grab a bite to eat or to get a drink. And then obviously when you exit the pool area, you go into the buffet area for the inside of the Lido deck, just like any other standard Carnival cruise ship. So speaking of Lido buffet food, let's talk a little bit about my thoughts of the food on Carnival Horizon. I will start with Java Blue Cafe. It's always a favorite of mine. I really do love coffee, especially from Java Blue when I'm cruising. I always get a latte and I really, really enjoy them. But what makes Java Blue so nice on Carnival Horizon was the crew. They were absolutely fantastic, very personable. I really, really enjoyed the crew from Java Blue. The one gentleman in particular, he needs to be a cruise director. Just super funny. I really enjoyed seeing him every day. So as far as breakfast goes, we did Sea Day brunch, which is always a hit. I have never had a bad Sea Day brunch on any Carnival cruise ship. I love the Sea Day brunch. I always get the skillet pancake, grits, some hash browns. The parfait is always excellent. I really do enjoy going to Sea Day brunch. I love going out to breakfast in general, but when I'm at home, we really don't do that. I just cook breakfast. So I love when I cruise that I can go to a restaurant and have breakfast. I really always enjoy it. The breakfast food on the buffet, it was standard for Carnival. The eggs, I wish they would get rid of those eggs that they serve. They're not even like real eggs. They're powdered or something weird. They get very watery. I just wish there was something they could do about that, because if you do want to get good eggs, you have to stand in the omelet station line. And that line is normally long for obvious reasons. But just know, if you do want, real eggs, you can stand in the omelet station line and get scrambled eggs there, get over easy eggs, get omelets, whatever type of eggs you want, you can get them there. Probably shouldn't be telling everybody this because now the lines are going to be even longer, but I just had to share that tip with you because I know a lot of people on Horizon were really complaining about the eggs at the buffet. I also did get a breakfast burrito for the first time at Blue Iguana Cantina, and I was pretty disappointed in that too. I hate to say it, I don't like really saying anything negative when it comes to cruising, but they do use those same eggs that they have at the buffet in those burritos, and I just can't stand those eggs. I don't like the watery eggs. I don't like the texture of them, so that was a little disappointing. However, I do think it's a really good option. They had a lot of different things you could add to the burrito, so I did think that was pretty cool. Now let's start on lunch. The first thing I did notice is on embarkation day, a lot of people head right to the buffet and look for the funfetti cheesecake because you guys know that's only available on embarkation day. And what it is, it's a layer of regular vanilla cake, and then there's a cheesecake with the sprinkles mixed into it, and it's just really, really delicious. I hate to tell you guys, but they're changing the whole way that they do cakes on the cruise ships now. They did used to have whole cakes out and they would actually slice you a piece from the cake. But now they are showing the whole cake as kind of a visual. And then behind the whole cake, they are having a sheet cake type of that specific cake, and then they are already cut up into smaller squares, which is fine because it definitely gets rid of waste for sure. However, the difference is they are not the same. I know for the tart that I really love, you know, there's fruit all over the top of it when you get a slice. There's no fruit on the mini ones that are cut. And then they did have the funfetti cheesecake mini slices. However, they were not the same again. There's no layer of actual cake in it. There's no sprinkles throughout the cheesecake, and they did add a strawberry jam to it, which is also a little bit different. Here it is, the funfetti cheesecake. Womp, womp, womp. So that's a little bit of a bummer if you guys really do enjoy the cakes at lunchtime like I do. Yeah, it definitely changed. I don't know if it's for the better or for the worse. However, hey, cake is cake, right? As far as actual lunchtime food goes, I really did enjoy the buffet. Keep in mind, and I say this in all of my videos, I heard a lot of people talking about they did not enjoy the buffet food because it was international style food or too spicy or whatever. And I would tell them, did you look on the complete opposite side of Lido, because there is always a whole different menu over there, and they didn't. And then they would go over there, and that's where your mashed potatoes are, your mac and cheese, your chicken, you know, just stuff that more people might be looking to eat for lunchtime. Just keep in mind, when I say the other side of the Lido, I don't mean like the buffet that's where you're at and then kind of right next to it, that buffet. I mean like you actually have to leave that specific area, walk all the way down to the other side of the Lido food area, and that's where the buffet will be a little bit different. Something cool about Carnival Horizon is they do have a gelato station at lunchtime, and I really did enjoy that. They had flavors like tres leches, they had coconut, they had pineapple, they had raspberry, they had hazelnut, really good flavors, and they changed every day. And right next to that was like an empanada station. Every day they had 2 different types of empanadas, and I really did enjoy those as well. I had an empanada literally every day. You also have your typical Guy's burgers. Everybody loves a Guy's burger except for me because I don't like burgers, but I do love the fries. You have Blue Iguana Cantina for your tacos and burritos, which Kaya and I ate pretty much almost every single day. I love their chicken and fish tacos. They are so good. You also have tea time. Do not forget about tea time, guys. This was an 8-day cruise for us, so they did have tea time twice, and they are always on sea days. So make sure you check that out in the Hub app. It is not going to be where it says lunchtime. You're going to have to scroll all the way down past dinner, and then it will say additional items down there, and then you'll see tea time. We did go to Tea Time on Carnival Horizon, and I really, really did enjoy it. They had it twice on our sailing because we had an 8-day sailing. However, keep in mind, cruise ships that normally cruise for 7 days only have it once, and I think anything less than that, they might not even have it at all. But I'm not positive on that because I've only been on cruises 7 days or longer. But if you do see Tea Time, make sure to go. It is a really nice, relaxing time to have a few snacks, talk with the people that you're cruising with, and just relax before dinner time in a few hours. The deli is also another really good option for lunch, a free option at that. We did get deli food quite often. I'll be honest, not my favorite. They do have a deli on every Carnival cruise, some variation of it. The fries were really good. However, the sandwiches that I got, they were just a total disappointment. My go-to is a BLT though, and that was pretty decent. So I did get a BLT a few times while cruising. Something else to keep in mind is that Horizon also has Mongolian wok during lunchtime, and then Cucina also turns into a lunch spot that serves free pasta. So if you guys are looking for that, it's definitely there. And of course, I can't forget, but if you really enjoy being in the Serenity area a lot while cruising, Carnival Horizon does have a salad bar at Serenity that they serve during lunchtime. I did not actually go and have that salad, but I did see photos of it. It really looks great, and it's awesome if you're already up there and you just want a quick salad real quick to eat while it's lunchtime. As far as dinner goes, I'm going to say it right off the bat, I am really disappointed in the menu changes from Carnival as a whole. I think that they are not for the better, and a lot of the dinner meals that we have were not my favorite. I'm not really a complainer. I'm a big girl. As you can see, I like to eat. So I don't normally complain about food, but I will say, and again, this is just my opinion, this was the worst cruise food I have had on any cruise ship that I've been in. Now, I have cruised a lot in the last year and a half. I've done 8 cruises in the last year and a half. I've been on the small ships to the large ships. I've never really complained about the cruise food, but this food was just from top to bottom not good in my opinion. The main dining room, I typically would get soup and salad, and then we would have desserts. The soups are always good on Carnival if you're a big soup eater. I do really enjoy the soup. Keep in mind, and this is really not a big deal, but if you like bread like me, you might have noticed, prior to sailing on Carnival Horizon, even when I just cruised in September, normally every day they would have a different type of bread, like cranberry bread or sunflower seed bread. They do not have that anymore. They just give you a standard white piece of baguette bread every night. There is no more different rolls, and that was a little bit of a bummer. That cranberry bread is one of my favorites. But again, nothing to like really complain about. I just wanted to bring it up that there are definitely changes with that. My daughter Kaya did get spaghetti with red sauce quite often in the main dining room. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that you can just actually ask for spaghetti and red sauce and they'll bring it out. And it is really, really good. I even had it a few times. Who doesn't love a big bowl of spaghetti, you know? There is a lot of paid specialty dining on this ship. There is Banzai Sushi, there's Teppanyaki, there's Gigi's, there's Cucina, there's the Steakhouse, there's the Seafood Shack. That does cost money. I typically hate spending money for dining when I'm on a cruise because there are so many free options that I don't like spending the money. However, I really did want to go to Cucina del Capitano. That is the Italian restaurant, and when I went on Carnival Mardi Gras, I ate there almost every night. However, on Mardi Gras, it was free when I went, as many times as you want. I don't think that's the case anymore. I think it's only free once or twice now. But anyway, I wanted to try it on Horizon, and I hate to say it again, but the meal was not great. The bread that they brought out, I was really excited about that. Again, I'm a bread girl, but the bread was cold, hard, dry. They just kind of poured some oil over it, and that was really it. And I know on other ships, people rant and rave about this bread. It was not great. And the couple that was next to us also said the same thing. They said that last month they had cucina on another ship, and the bread was just, it wasn't great on this one. As far as meals go, I got chicken parm, and that was also a really big letdown. The gentleman next to me also got chicken parm. They were so tough, you could hardly cut it. It was very strange. The breading just kind of peeled right off of it. I did end up sending it back. I told them I did not want a refund. I just didn't want it. That was all. I did get rice balls as my appetizer, and those were phenomenal. They were really, really good. I wish I had like 5 of them. I would have ate that as my whole meal. And the dessert was also really, really good. I got some type of apple pie with ice cream. I really did enjoy that. And one of the main reasons we did decide to come here is because with the family harbor room, my daughter got free specialty dining. That's one of the perks. However, the host did not know this when we went to check in. They did not know that family harbor guests, their children eat free at specialty dining. So a lot of phone calls had to be made. And then they, realized that, yes, that is the case. She does eat free. However, it's not eat free off of their menu. It's eat free off of the kids menu, which is the standard kids menu. So again, Kaya just got spaghetti, but she loves spaghetti, so that worked out. And finally, for food, let's talk about the midnight snack buffet. Now, this was one of my favorite things when I was on Carnival Venezia, and I understand that every ship is different. However, it was really not good on Horizon. They do advertise a Chicago-style pizza. However, the pizza that they're serving is not Chicago-style, not even a little bit. On Venezia, they were serving a square type of pizza that was a little bit thicker than the pizza that you could get at the regular pizzeria. However, on this ship, they were serving the very thin, very soggy triangle-style pizzas, which just were not good. If you want pizza, skip the buffet and just go to the pizzeria, even though that's not really one of my favorites either, because I really do enjoy a thicker crust pizza. However, I mean, as you guys can see, this pizza was not great. So overall, as I said earlier, the food was definitely a bust for me on this ship. It's really hard for me because I love everything Carnival. I don't like saying anything negative about Carnival. And one of my favorite things to do when I cruise is eat. I enjoy eating, and there is nothing wrong with that. And I can normally find something to eat anywhere I go that I will enjoy. And I'll be honest, guys, on this cruise, it was definitely a little bit harder. The food was just not it, It doesn't matter where I went. It just was not great. So let's talk about all the different pools on this ship, because there are a few, not as many as Carnival Mardi Gras, but there is still more than just one. So you have the pool on deck 10 midship, which is the beach pool. That's your typical Lido pool. That is where I spent most of my time. There is also a pool in the Havana area, which is on deck 5. However, that's limited to Havana guests only. You would have to have a Havana room. But in that area, there is a pool and 2 hot tubs. And it's absolutely beautiful. I really did like looking at this area. It's very, very pretty. Now, if you go aft on deck 10, there is another pool there too. This is called the Tides pool, and there are also 2 hot tubs out there. And this was also a really nice spot. You're going to find the pizza place that's on Carnival outside there. There's also a bar there. This is a really, really nice area to hang out, and I tended to hang out here on port days after we got back from port, and I wanted to hop in the hot tub or just have a swim. That's typically where I went. The Serenity deck, which is adults only, also has 2 hot tubs up there. I did spend sail away in those hot tubs. They were really, really nice. And there's also waterworks, just like most other Carnival ships, if not all of them. There was 2 water slides, and this was a really, really nice waterworks area. My kids would have loved this. Just my personal thoughts, but I really do feel like this ship could use a 3rd pool, in my opinion. I'm not exactly sure where they would put it, but definitely could use more than just the 2 pools, to be honest. The spa also has something called a thermal suite. There's a really nice hot tub in there. However, this is not free either. You do have to pay to have access for that. But the people that I were talking to really did absolutely love that area. Something cool I really did enjoy about Carnival Horizon is that they have an IMAX theater, and this area really makes you feel like you're on land getting ready to go to a movie. I really, really liked it. The movies were kind of costly. I'm not gonna lie, I did feel like they were pretty expensive. They were showing about, I believe it was 2 like regular movies and then 2 nature-based movies. The nature-based movies were cheaper than the regular movies. When I did ask the crew member who was working that area if the soda package works there or the drink package, she did say no. So that was a little bit of a bummer. However, the area itself looks really, really awesome. As far as parties go on Carnival Horizon, I only attended 80s Rock and Glow, and it was lacking compared to all of the other 80s Rock and Glows I've been to. It was still a good time. Everybody was having fun, but the energy just wasn't there like on other cruise ships. We did do Deal or No Deal. It was twice on my sailing, and I love Deal or No Deal. That is always a super fun time.
How we doing, everybody? Welcome to Deal or No Deal. Now make some noise if you played Deal or No Deal the other day here on our fun ship. Oh, welcome back. Make some noise if you've never played before. Oh, well, welcome on in. I'm like Howie, but with a little bit more hair. One of your favorite game shows live here on the Horizon. We're going to have some fun. But do you know that there's someone out there that doesn't want you to win tonight? Do you know who it is? Now what do we think of the banker? Boo! So right now it's time to meet the banker. Now can we show Carlos some love? He's starting an amazing game up here representing everybody. But I do have to ask you the question. You've locked in your mama's birthday, case 2. Do you want to keep it or do you want to swap it for number 9?
We're going to keep 2.
We're going to keep 2. All right, Carlos, what we're going to do, coming out the front here. Come on out the front. You're going to face the love of your life. And what we're going to do is, if we open up 9 and it's $20, the crowd's going to go absolute wild. You're going to see people jumping up and down, grown men ripping off their shirts. It's going to be insane. Children, you know, Lion King's in the air. It's incredible. But if we open up case 9 and it's $300, you'll definitely know. I wish you all the best of luck. I hope you have the 300. You deserve the 300. Am I right? You can't look though. You got to face them. It's a surprise. Lock in case number 9. Carlos, congratulations! You won $20!
And one of my cruising tips that I share for everybody is if you want to play bingo, make sure you play Deal or No Deal first, because the odds of you winning a free bingo package is super, super high. I played Deal or No Deal twice with my daughter, Kaya. We ended up winning 4 free bingo packages. I even won casino credit, and I won $30 cash to my account. So that was really, really cool. It more than paid for itself, and then we got to enjoy bingo as well, which obviously we didn't win, but I still really do enjoy going to bingo. I enjoy it even more when it's free, so there's that. As far as all of the other activities on Carnival Horizon, I really did feel like they were lacking. I have never said to myself on a Carnival ship, like, wow, I'm kind of bored. Like, there's nothing really going on. But I did find myself saying that a lot on this ship. And the reason for that is all of the really fun events were on port days, which is not my favorite. And I don't know why Carnival Cruise does this, but they do not have as many activities on your sea days, which is when you would kind of expect them, but then have all of the activities on your port days when you're kind of tired, you're getting onto the cruise ship late, you know, you kind of just want to go to dinner and relax, but then you have the mega deck parties, and then you have Quest at midnight and all these other activities that really you're just too tired to enjoy. So I don't really know why Carnival does that. It definitely happened here on Horizon. They really need to bring more activities to sea days other than trivia, which we did do a lot because it was one of the things that they had to do. I think my favorite part of Carnival Horizon was the shows from the playlist performers. I absolutely loved the shows that they have on Carnival Horizon. The first day was Vintage Pop. That was super fun. And as soon as I saw that one, I knew the rest were going to be good. Soulbound was a little bit iffy for me at first. When I walked into the theater, it kind of seemed like a very dark themed show, and there were skulls everywhere. And that's really not my vibe, so I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I ended up loving it. There was also Amor Cubano. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. I'm so sorry. But that show was really fun. I really enjoyed that show too. And then my favorite one was Celestial Strings. This show was absolutely amazing. They played Evanescence as one of their songs, and then Alanis Morissette too. And I know my generation was personally like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, hearing Alanis Morissette in a playlist performer show on a cruise ship. So that was really awesome. They knocked it out of the park. I would see those shows, you know, day after day after day, again and again and again. Carnival outdid themselves with these 4 shows. And then at the very end of the cruise, they had a show called The World Works Here, where all the crew kind of come out and come down the theater with flags from the whole, you know, world. And it's just really moving. And they have the kids that are in the kids clubs come out and sing songs and do sign languages. And it's just a really cute show. So I enjoyed that one as well. I have just a few more things I want to point out. One of them being the elevators. So Carnival Horizon has the elevators just like Carnival Venezia does, where there are no buttons inside of the elevators. You hit it on the outside, and I love these style of elevators. Once you get past the first day, when everybody kind of figures out exactly how to use them, there's really no wait times. It's super easy. The elevators are not super packed. I feel like you either love them or you hate them. You know, like a lot of people on Horizon were talking about how much they absolutely hated them. I don't really understand it, but everybody has their own opinion. I personally love them, and I hope that other cruise ships install these style elevators as well. Another random thing I want to talk about is laundry. Carnival Horizon does have laundromats, and there was one actually on deck 2, which is where our cabin was. The laundry on the ship was a complete joke. It was a mess, and I wish I would have taken warning from the other cruisers who were telling me that they were having a terrible time and were literally drying their clothes for 4 hours. They just don't work, guys. They don't work, and it charges $3.50 to wash and $3.50 to dry. So washing was no big deal, but drying, I ran it through twice. I paid $7 to dry 1 load of laundry, and they were still wet. I wasn't going to continue at that point because obviously they're just not working. I did go up to the other laundromats, and people in there were telling me the same thing. So I would just skip laundry, pay $15, put your clothes in the bag that Carnival provides, and let them do your laundry. I would skip the self-laundry for sure. My next cruise, I will be platinum, and I am really excited to get free laundry. That is the perk I am most excited about. And finally, I want to end out this review video talking about the cruise director that was on board. So her name was Georgia, and prior to this cruise, I have not heard about her, to be honest. I did see a Miley Cyrus dancing video on TikTok prior to this cruise that was her, and I just didn't really know that. So she is from Australia, and I could be wrong. I'm just trying to go by memory, but I believe that she lives with her husband in Indonesia when she's not cruising, and she is just a big ball of fun. She was kind of quiet at first, so I wasn't quite sure, but as the days go on, I just absolutely love her. I met her, I talked to her, we sat next to her in the fun squad and had lunch one day, and they were super funny. My daughter really enjoyed her. So if you cruise with Georgia, you're definitely gonna have a good time. Something to bring up, Georgia not only is a cruise director, but she has other jobs that she's doing as well as being a cruise director on the ships, which not all cruise directors do. She did talk about this in the Q&A. She has a lot of paperwork. She manages a lot of other people. So I also think that's really cool. I did see her constantly just jumping in and helping wherever help was needed, whether it was bingo sales. She was helping people when they're trying to get off the ship for debarkation. She was just everywhere, just helping out wherever she could, and I really, really like that about her. So final thoughts on Carnival Horizon. This was not my favorite ship. This was actually my least favorite ship. However, any ship that I'm on is a great ship, right? So I'm not saying this ship is terrible, is trash, don't go on it, you're gonna have a horrible time. No, I'm just rating because I just want to let you guys know my thoughts on Carnival Horizon, you know, versus all of the other Carnival ships I've been on. This is my least favorite. Would I go on it again? Absolutely. I love cruising. I love cruise ships. I love being in the ocean. It's just, I love all of it. So I'm not saying that this is a bad ship. It is just not my favorite. Had the food have been better, I think my rating would have been a little bit higher. Had the entertainment on port days, if there were a little bit more things to do, that definitely would have upped my rating. But it was not my favorite. It was actually my least favorite. Carnival Venezia is still at the very top, with Carnival Legend coming in second. But either way, if you have a chance to go on Horizon, do it. I think my reviews are just a little bit harsher just because I have been on so many different cruise ships in the last year and a half. So I really do have a lot to compare it to. So just keep that in mind. And like I always say, reviews are just that specific person's opinion. My opinion could be, you know, totally different from how you feel. My review could be totally different. Just take it with a grain of salt. I was just sharing my experience with you guys. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about Aruba, Carousel, La Romana, and Amber Cove, which are the ports that we went to. And I'm also going to have a video about Family Harbor as well, if you're interested in that. So thanks for watching.